Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. So in the previous video, we pretty much have created a video player in 50 lines of code, as you can see here. But the problem is it doesn't handle synchronization like timing yet, and it also doesn't handle the aspect ratio. It doesn't keep the aspect ratio. So these are the ones we're gonna fix in under 80 lines of code. Right, so let's get started. First of all, I have actually made a little error right here. This should be a while loop, because the thing is, when you send one packet, it could contain either one frame or multiple frames. And in fact, if it does contain like multiple frames and you don't pull all those frames out, then AV codec send packet may actually give you an A again, I believe. Yeah, there you go. So instead, you should make sure to say while, so you could pull all the frames. And of course, since like we are pulling multiple frames here, we also want to render them too and present them just like that. Perfect. Alright, so that's just a little fix there. Next up, we're gonna pull our stream here. So AV codec, well, AV stream, video stream, right? So the video stream is equal to this guy right here. Video stream is equal to this, right? So I just pulled it into a variable basically because we're gonna need it a lot, pretty much. Not really that much, but yeah. And so, alright, let's see what we could do with that now. So we're gonna implement timing first of all. Where are we gonna implement the timing before we actually try to render anything? So let's go. So first of all, let's grab the PTS. So how are we gonna do that? Well, so let's just create some, I guess, integer x is equal to frame PTS. So it's basically N64T apparently, but we're actually gonna make it into a double. So this is gonna be your like video, I believe, or like frame time. Let's call it frame time, yeah. So it's gonna be in seconds. So frame PTS, which is like the presentation timestamp, and it's basically gonna be in time-based units, right? So we're gonna say times AV QT2D, right? So it basically converts an AV rationale, which is basically a numerator and a denominator struct, into a double, right? So what this thing would be is it would be the video stream dot time base, as you can see here, which is the AV rationale, and this would give you the frame time in seconds. Now after you get the frame time in seconds, we actually want to get the start time of our application. And how are we going to do that? Well, by storing it out of the loop first of all. So this is, I believe, going to be like maybe it's 64T, or actually uint. Yeah, it's probably going to be a uint64. So here we're going to call this start, and it's going to be in nanoseconds. So we're going to set it to 0 at first, but then here if start nanoseconds is equal to 0, then we're going to actually set that to the current SDL get nanoseconds, like ticks nanoseconds, right? That's perfect. So we initialize it. And next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna calculate the elapsed time in nanoseconds. So uint64 elapsed time in nanoseconds is equal to what? To SDL get ticks nanoseconds minus the start nanoseconds. And that's basically how it goes. Next up, we're gonna basically calculate the delay between the frame time in seconds, what is supposed to be playing right now, and the actual, you know, application time. So how are we gonna do that? Well, first of all, let's convert elapsed time into seconds. So we're gonna say double elapsed time seconds is equal to what? To basically SDL, I mean, we could say nanoseconds to seconds, but the problem with this is that it would only give you seconds in integers, so like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is not exactly what we want here. So instead what I'm actually going to use is I'm going to take my elapsed time nanoseconds and I'm going to say divided by, and of course let's convert it into a float, or sorry, a double, and basically divided by SDL nanoseconds per second, right? And that should give us our elapsed time per second. So if you actually say right now SDL log f, elapsed time second here, and we basically play this, as you can see here, we're getting the elapsed time per second right now. Perfect. Next step, what we're going to calculate is the delay between our elapsed time and our frame time. So you're going to say double delay is equal to, and of course this is going to be in seconds. So you're going to say frame time seconds minus elapsed time seconds. Now if delay second per seconds is greater than 0, that means we need, so like we need to slow down, right? So we're gonna delay by what? By delay in seconds, but SDL delay takes milliseconds. So we could basically say delay per second times SDL, like millisecond per second, right? But the problem is this is actually a double, so double, so UN32, let's convert this whole thing into UN32, right? I'm a bit slow. God, let's go. And this, and now let's actually try this out. As you can see right now, the timing is perfect. We're basically delaying the application when, you know, the frame time, like, so yeah. All right, so that's great. Next up, let's handle the, what is it called? The aspect ratio, right? We could make these all like constants. So that's great. Next up, let's come here. Now in direct here, we're gonna grab our direct, which is gonna be a frect. So frect, dst rect. Right, well, SDL frect, of course. So we're gonna grab our render output size in pixels, and we do that by basically saying integer with height, and we're gonna say SDL get render output size, get current render output size, because the render output size is actually in logical units, but this one is in physical, like pixels. So get current render output size, and the render here, comma, width and height. Right, perfect. Next up, we're gonna grab the width and the height of the video frame. So that's gonna be integer, or like, let's go with float. So frame width is equal to what? To, what is it called? So decoder, yeah, decoder width. Decoder, oops, can't type today, my god. And let's basically convert this into a float. And that's basically how it goes. Next up is the frame height is equal to float decoder height. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna calculate the scale. So scale W, like in the width, we're gonna do, so I think frame width divided by video width, or like, Actually the width of the window divided by the frame width, I believe. Alright, so scale, that's the scale width. Next up we got the scale height, which is basically height divided by frame height, pretty much. And we're gonna convert these into floats, of course. Float, wait. Well, actually this should be float 2, my bad. Float. This one would be a float. Alright, perfect. Next up, we could grab our actual scale. And our actual scale would basically be the minimum of scale width and scale height. And that's pretty much it for the scale. So now let's actually set our destination rect stuff. So what we're gonna do is dstrect.width is equal to the video, or like the frame width, times the scale, and the dstrect.height is equal to frame height times the scale, right? And then what else we gonna do here? So like if you want to keep the aspect ratio and like fit the video inside of the window, you're gonna basically use SDL min. If you wanted, on the other hand, if you wanted to expand it, then you're gonna use like SDL max and so on. But yeah, now here we gotta center this up. So how are we gonna do that? Well, dot x is equal to let's see, so I guess frame width minus dstrect.w divided by 2, pretty much, and dstrect.y is equal to frame height minus dstrect.height divided by 2, and that should do the trick. Yeah, let's try this out now. And whoops, nah, I think I missed something here. Yeah, I definitely missed something. It's probably width and height, my bad. Yeah, the width and the height of the window. So that makes sense. Alright. Oh my god, doing math at this time, I still haven't slept. It's crazy, bruh. Anyways. Alright, and the aspect ratio, as you can see, is fixed. Perfection. Another thing you may also want is, if we're late, by basically saying else delay seconds is less than 0.5, which is basically 50 milliseconds, then what we could do, we could just continue. So like else if, right? What I mean by continue is that we basically drop a frame, like not, I mean, we go straight into decoding the next frame essentially here, instead of continuing with the rendering and so on. That's basically what's happening here. And if we run this, there you go. Perfect. Now, if you used SDL, what is it called? SDL max here instead of min, then the video would expand to fill the frame, right? As you can see here. But anyways, so this is exactly what we want. Last touch we're gonna do here before we end this video. First of all, let's just make sure everything is constant here real quick. And last thing we're gonna do is the URL. Instead of hard coding it, we're gonna Control X. So basically cut it. Oh my god. And we're gonna use argv1. So argv1, right? So int argc, char argv. And in our configuration where we run this guy, gonna give it some program arguments here. Okay, and we should be good to go. Perfect. So yeah, that was it guys for this video. Thank you all for watching and see you in the next one. Goodbye everyone.